you doing? We're back in the shop. Surprise, surprise. We're gonna work on the silver car today. Yeah. As you can see, got some iced tea, got a full pitcher. That's sweet tea for the Americans. Also got a Costco sized bag of tortilla, chips. Got some chips. I got some spicy salsa. So I think with that, I'm ready to at least stare at this thing for a few minutes and decide what I'm gonna do. With the reflecting done, I think we're gonna start off by putting the new bumper on this car. So Jackie wants to say hi. Are you happy? So here I have a brand new OEM Honda front bumper. So this wasn't cheap. Basically cost me a left testicle, and I had to arm wrestle a moose to get it, but we got it. Yeah, pretty crazy. But short story, I bought a Kappa certified bumper for this car because Kappa certified is supposed to fit well, and I have used them in the past with decent success. But I got one for this car. It was about half the price. It was about $300, and when I went to install it on the car, it fit awful, like awful. It was like a ½ inch or more too narrow for the car. So when you would clip it in right here, make it line up, by the time it tucked around this headlight, it'll come across here to this portion, there was a gap like that big. I could stick my fingers through the gap to that headlight. And then since that was so short, as you would wrap around right here, it would only come to like there. So I tried putting it on in the center first and then like wrapping the edges around, and I got it to sort of fit, but it was like way under the headlights. It wouldn't reach the clips. I couldn't put the screws in. Like it was really bad. So I ended up returning that. They weren't really reluctant, but I did kind of explain my situation and they were cool with it. I don't really usually like returning parts like that, but they took it back. All is well. We got the Honda one. So let's get this Honda bumper installed. Before we throw it on the car, we've got to put the grille on. And yes, I know it's not painted yet, but I'm going to assemble this car fully so that I can drive it to the glass shop and have the windshield put in it. And then I'm also going to drive it to the body shop. So I'm just going to have it all assembled. Body shop can disassemble it, spray it, throw it back together, and then it'll be good to go. So let's get that grill on. Yao Ming!
Become ungovernable.
Alright, you can see I only spent like a minute, maybe 2 minutes installing this bumper. It's obviously not clipped in yet, but everything fits up really nicely. No weird gaps. It all looks super clean. So, can't say the same about the Kappa, and I spent, regrettably, probably 4 hours trying to make that bumper fit. So, that was 2 minutes, and she looking nice. Okay, next is we gotta jack it up and start installing all the clips for the splash shields, for the inner fenders, the screws, everything that retains the bumper. We're gonna put that in so that nothing gets lost and nothing falls out on the drive to the glass shop. I bought, as you can see here, I bought 20 of the retainer clips, but then I lost a few. Let's get under it and do some probage. Alright, as we can see here, I got all the clips along the front of the bumper to put in. I gotta tuck in the wheel liners appropriately, and then we'll be good to go. But as I was looking, looks like this thing's got a bit of an oil leak. But it's right below the filter, and the filters are really painful to get to on these cars. So I almost wonder if it was just someone didn't clean up very well the last time they did an oil change, but I'll have to clean that off and see what we see. I think I might be upside down right now. Hello! Alright, as you can see, it's all clipped in and looking nice. Or is it mint? Alright, one other thing we need to change on this car, just because it does have to go through inspections to be road legal, is I'm going to take this cold air intake off and reinstall the stock airbox. I didn't get the stock airbox with this car, but I have, I still have the spare one from the orange car, which was the car we bought to donate to the red one. But the red one already had its own airbox, so I have a spare. So swap that out. Just going to put all the components for the battery box back in, as you can see here. But I realized that this one piece had the wrong nut, so my OCD doesn't like that. So this is the proper one. You can see it's flanged, so we'll replace that. I also took off the intake. I initially was planning on swapping this back to the factory airbox, but they changed the crossover piping and stuff in here, and it's not the OEM orientation anymore. So it'd be a little more work to swap it back. I could do it, but I'm gonna ask my mechanic who does my inspections and see if he minds a cold air intake on the car or not. I don't think he will, so we shall see. Breaking the law! Okay, cold air intake's back in, filter's cleaned, everything's mounted up, battery's all mounted up. I had another hop under the car to have a look at that oil leak, and it doesn't look like it's coming directly from the filter. Under the filter's dry, but it's definitely in that corner. It's not coming from the tensioner cover or anything on that side. So I have two theories. One being that corner of the oil pan is weeping a bit. Or theory two is when the oil's been changed, it comes down and it kind of lands on the axle boot. I'm assuming they're not cleaning the axle boot, and then when they drive it, it kind of flings it and it kind of spread in that area. hoping it's that, so we'll see. Before I drive this to the nearest town to me, which is about 25-minute drive to get the glass done, I'll clean all that off with brake cream really well. I'll make sure the car's topped up, and then I'll just see if the leak develops or not. And then we'll go from there with that. So, one thing I forgot to mention in my little update video on the red car was I did end up putting a seatbelt in this car. So if you guys remember, the airbags blew in it, so the seatbelt was locked. So that is no longer. It's got a good seatbelt in it now. So the next order of business is to actually, I gotta pull the center console out and I gotta pull my airbag module out. A friend of mine has one for me, but he wants to confirm the numbers on mine match the numbers on his. And barring that, I'm gonna buy that off him. And then hopefully the airbag system's good. And we can continue making progress with this thing. Anyways, I know this is a quick video. I just wanted to film getting the bumper on the car and just, yeah, keep the Silva car updated because it's been a while since I did a video. So thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing, and maybe we'll catch you in the next one.
It's not a game, it's a